I think the Attorney General is not doing his work.
Yes.
Having been serving both as a National Assembly Speaker for almost 2 terms.
Yes.
Having served as a magistrate of High Court.
Yes.
He's a man who is rich when it comes to in matters law. Mm-hmm. But in this case of whatever is happening in the current, him being the Attorney General of this country, I think he's a man who is not serving as himself.
Does it?
Maybe he's serving as his remote control from a certain room.
Yes.
That's the question we are supposed to ask ourselves.
Yes.
Number 2, I think maybe there are other men who are surrounding the president who are not telling him the truth.
Yes.
They are misguiding him in matters, the policy that he's bringing to the public, mm-hmm. the matters, the rules that he's formulating.
Yes.
I think they are misguiding him. And with that, the man to be blamed, it is none other than the Attorney General.
Why would they want to misguide the President, Mwangi, on this particular issues? Let me remind you again. And by the way, if you looked at the failures and successes of the previous administration, mm-hmm. one Uhuru Kenyatta, mm-hmm. we looked at one man again, the Solicitor General. Yes. I mean, by the way, if you do remember, Uhuru Kenyatta was branded as a crook, a man who could not listen to court orders, a man who would not listen to any legal advice in this country. We looked at one man who was Njem Muturi, was the Solicitor General during his tenure, and we said, if you want to blame Uhuru Kenyatta, then start with the right-hand man, who's the Solicitor General, Njem Muturi. He's the one who sort of looked as if he was just seated there to earn his paycheck according to the Constitution and go home. Why now can't we look at the current Solicitor General, who's Jay Moses, and also start asking him, why is he not doing his job correctly?
I think the Solicitor General,
Jay Moses, yes.
The Jay Moses, he's supposed to come out and advise the president that this is what we are supposed to do,
yes.
This is what we are not supposed to do.
Does it?
But in this scenario, he seems to be a man who is relaxing on his office,
yes.
waiting for his exchequer salary at the end of the month.
Does it?
And these people, what they are supposed to understand, at the end of the day, if the president fail, they are the people to be blamed.
Does it?
If the president succeed, they are the people to celebrate. But in this scenario, it is a different case. They are doing opposite. It is a kind, they are working to ensure that they bring down the regime.
That's it. But that's the same thing. You see, Mwangi, whatever you're saying there, it's not that, you see that particular statement you're saying there, it's not like we didn't see it in the previous administration. Yes. You see, Castro, this same statement here, I sat in a studio somewhere else and somebody said, guys, you see, that's Solicitor General, Njem Muturi, former Solicitor General in the Jubilee government.
Yes.
It's like, well, he was working to bring down one Uhuru Kenyatta. Yes. Why would Jay Mose now work to bring down Ruto unless somebody somewhere is not listening? Can we sit down right here and say that Justin Muturi and Shadrach Mose are not doing their jobs, when in reality, some of these issues are planted? Castro, let me open you to one case that exposed this government in a very bad way. Number 1, the housing levy.
Yeah.
Okiya Omtatah stood when President Ruto had visited Siaya County. That is his county. Stood up and told them to his face. It's not like it was a media briefing. No, the president was right there. He told them, we will support you in your government agenda. Some of the things you're doing are really good. But then he looked at him in his face and told him, but you see this housing levy that you're trying to introduce here? Your predecessor, Uhuru Kenyatta, introduced it. I told him why it was wrong. I tried to convince him why it was wrong. He didn't listen. I went to the courts. The courts made themselves clear. He turned around and looked at President Ruto, told him, you see, you've not changed anything. The same thing that your predecessor introduced, you've introduced it again. If you don't strike it or correct it in the correct way possible, I'll strike it out. Guess what? He ran to court. Last week, the courts made themselves clear about the housing levy.
That is unconstitutional.
Why can't the president look around and say, you Justin Muturi and then the Solicitor General, come here. Why didn't you correct this? It was Castro. They had a script.
Of course, they had a script. And one role of chief, the